This episode was truly an eye-opener on several different sections. It was an eye-opener.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 2, episode 11 of Queen Sugar. Like I said, there was a lot of eye-opening situations that actually went on here, and we're going to talk about them. I'll tell you right away, on Vi and Raw, I couldn't. Ralph Angel and On Vi both made me so angry in this episode. Anyway, we'll get to it. We got Charlie and Nova sitting talking with each other. She's trying to get something together to go on television. She had called Charlie over to help her find something to wear that will come across good on television. In the midst of that conversation, Charlie basically tells, Nova tells Charlie, that she's feeling a little rushed with the relationship with her and Robert. And she's telling her, do not allow yourself to be rushed. Take your time and make sure you're doing what you want. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, Nova, don't start your mess. Do not start your mess. Don't do that self-saboteur mess. Next, we got Hollywood and Aunt Vi. And she is asking him to mail the papers. She's already signed off on everything for the deal, the pie deal. And Hollywood's wondering, is it going to be too much physically for her? And she has shared with him that she could possibly have fibromyalgia. And I was like, I didn't kind of like that. I didn't know what Ava was thinking because she didn't go too far. It was like we skipped over something. Like we just, she don't usually do that. She's usually very detailed and with her plot lines and her storyline. She just kind of we just kind of skipped over that. Because I thought Aunt Vi was hiding and stuff. And then it was just kind of skipped over. So I don't know about that, but whatever. Then we actually see Charlie and her mom. They're talking about the whole big block. Well, it's not a block party, but it's a festival that Charlie's planning on doing. Her mom's wondering, is it even necessary or is this money being thrown away? And what point are you really trying to make? And Charlie's thing is this is a dream. It's something I'm going to enjoy. I'm enjoying putting it together. It's a festival to celebrate Black people and showing that Black people can do something very nice for themselves. And she asked her mother, do you understand? You don't understand? Well, and she's like, of course I did. She's like, all right, but her mother's about business and money. Her mother's, the bottom line is green, period. Then we see Ralph Angel and Darla. They're going to go to counseling. They get in there. Ralph Angel, you can still see he went, but he's still kind of closed off. He's starting to get on my nerves. But Darla shared that her father basically was in charge in her home. And her mother just, if she did disagree with anything, she never laid on that she did. She just kind of was docile and let her dad run things. And that's why she has the issues that she has with Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel said his mother died when he was 10, and all he ever remembers being embarrassed because his parents was always kissing, so they didn't have any back and forth in front of him. But yeah, Darla's been conditioned that the man lays down the law, but I think there's a little piece of her that ain't really going for that. So that's why they ain't counseling. So that was that. The pastor gave him some homework, they'll do in counseling. And Ralph Angel actually, again, made a joke and pissed Darla off. Said, oh, this is some stuff they said from school with Blue. And she got pissed because she felt like he's not taking it seriously. At the same time, he goes to class. Goes to this class that Remy's actually teaching that has to do with farming and all of that. Remy actually called on him in class, and he answered a question he couldn't really answer, and he gave some old ignorant ass answer, and his answer was right. Yes was the right answer, but his explanation was just stupid. Yes, just because it is. Like, shut up, dumbass. But Remy kind of said no, and this is what we're doing in this class. You need to be able to explain it and articulate why, and that's going to make you a better farmer. Well, I thought he handled it perfect. Honey Rough Angel felt like he was putting him on the spot and making fun of him and bringing him down. And all. I said, he's a damn mess. Had the nerve to say to Remy, yeah, you're a show off. I felt like he was a show off and you came across as a know it off. Now I see why you and Charlie couldn't hit it off. I said, oh, you little nasty little bastard. He's something else. He is something else. And Remy ended up running into him later, him and Darla, and reassured him that that was not what he was doing, because he called himself not speaking. Tomorrow he wasn't going to go back to class no more. And it's just ridiculous. But he reassured him, I got your back. I wouldn't do that to you. This is to make you better. I know what you can do. And I said, oh, God, he's on my nerves. Anyway, so then we had Micah and Kiki had gone out with Lorna. And Lorna came across for me in that scene, and y'all tell me what y'all think, but Lorna came across a little boastful, and it was really showing the difference of how the two children were raised. And you could tell Micah hadn't shared certain things with Kiki. Things that she wanted to do as far as travel, he had already went to some of these places when he was like 13 years old. And he just didn't share them because he didn't want to make her feel bad. And Lorna kind of like threw the things out there. And then her attention span, like when Kiki was talking about certain things, she's like, no. I was like, Lorna, I don't like that too much. But just tell me, was that me, or did y'all pick up on that too? But then at the end of the day, when she talked to Charlie, she did say that she really liked Kiki. So maybe she's just elitist, and that's just her in general. Anyway, Nova ends up having a phone call with Robert while she was at the store shopping, and she was very short with him. He was actually talking to her. He says, I noticed that you booked the conference that will bring her in. They booked her room. And she's, he's thinking that she's going to stay with him because remember he gave her a key. And she's on that bull crap. And she's like, oh, no, they booked it. So he's like, oh, well, maybe, it'll be nice. We can go and really chill on their money. She cut the conversation short, and she hung up, and he didn't hear from her for a couple of days. I was like, Nova. And you can see it in his face, like, what the hell's going on? So that was a mess. Next, we see Charlie and her mom go to this country club, and they're golfing. And here, her mother had actually spoken with the owner. The owner approached them, let him know that he's a distant cousin of the Landrys, and he was looking to meal with Charlie. Told her give him a call. He has 20,000 acres, and he's interested to talk to her. And she says, well, if you're already grinding with Landry, and y'all are distant cousins, why would you welcome? So, because he don't give me the family discount. He said, and I don't like that. We're somewhat, he explained the relation, and he said, we're somewhat of the black sheep of the family. He said, you give me a call. And the mother looked at her, and she said, that's what I'm talking about. 20,000 acres, girl, reel them in, honey. So Charlie's seeing I said, oh, this is going to pose as a problem, but that's good. That's good, honey. Take that money and go on. So that was that. Nova comes over to Charlie's house and runs into Lorna. And I was like, here we go. Here's the fireworks. But first there was like animosity, and it was real tense. And then Lorna actually reached out and told Nova some things. She told her mom and her dad were already broken up when she came into the picture. Her mother was a free spirit and didn't want to do things traditionally. And the father wanted to be traditional. I think Nova's mother was kind of, had a loose being. She wanted to explore her options, just like Nova. And Daddy wasn't going for it because, he's just like Ralph Angel. And he ended up going on off to California. And that's where he met Lorna and all of that business. Lorna didn't actually steal him from their mother. They were already broken up. Okay? So that does change the whole dynamic of this. And told her that they didn't even know that the mother was pregnant with Nova. Nobody knew. He came back after he found out she was pregnant to confront her, and she told him, yes, I'm pregnant and all of that, and he was going to marry her or whatever. She didn't want him. She sent him away. He ended up going back, marrying Lorna, and then here come Charlie. So what Nova figured out is she'd been hating Lorna all these years, and it was really it was piggybacked on stories that had been told to her by Aunt Vi. Now, let me keep setting this up for why Aunt Vi made me so angry with her. Hollywood, his little friend at work, he invited his friend over to the house to watch the game. So he come over. Aunt Vi had done went to Bible study. And she rolls back through. She didn't realize that the friend was white. And when she came in the house, baby, she looked over at him. Then she told Hollywood, no matter how good our connection is, we're from two different time periods. And that's that thing and the other. And he told her, this ain't got nothing to do with age. What you talking about right now, Vi? It ain't got nothing to do with age. She was prejudiced. She had this prejudice against white people. I was like, God darn Aunt Vi. It was so ugly because, we love Aunt Vi so much. For her to have that hang up like that was so ugly to me. And she could not see around it. She steady making excuses. I said, girl, you speaking like a true racist, honey. She literally has a problem with white folks. And so I don't want them in my house. This is my space where I'm supposed to feel comfortable. This, that. She said that was so horrible. It was horrible. I was like, oh, I'm bad. It just went all through me. And she talked about that. Hollywood walked on off. He was like, I ain't going to do that with you. That's ugly. And he went on. Then later on, Nova approached her about Lorna. And same thing. She ended up asking the questions. And Aunt Vi basically said everything that Lorna had said was true. And she said, so did you really hate her, Aunt Vi, because she was white? And she said, oh, no. And Nova said, she's asked her, well, why do you ask you this? I seen her, this, that, and the other. And I just wanted to know if I was hating her because of things that you said, or did I really not like her? She said, did I give it a chance and I don't like her for my own reasons? And, honey, Aunt Vi didn't like that. She got up and walked away. I was like, Aunt Vi, I ain't feeling you today. I'm not feeling you today. And Aunt Vi, the way she does things, she ended up going over to Charlie's. And she ran into Lorna. And she basically, they went back and forth a little bit. And then she told her, she basically apologized to her in her own way, saying, basically how you get hung up on some things and then you end up hurting people and you're hurting more people. And sometimes you really don't mean to hurt people. She said that's kind of basically what she had done. And she kind of knew that wasn't, she acknowledged that Lorna didn't go and wreck their home. Their home was already wrecked. And Aunt Vi was really stuck on the fact everybody knew that those two were supposed to be together. Everybody knew, but them two. So that was that. Then we end up seeing Nova. She finally went on, took her behind down to Atlanta. She did go right on into Robert's apartment and basically told him she apologized about that last conversation they had, said it was ugly and that was my fault. And basically that I'm tired of running around trying to figure out how this is going to end and screwing up, and she ain't willing to let it go. She finally got it. She got it. And I was like, okay, good. So he's like, I'm here. I'm right here. So finally Nova's on the right page, got her shit together. Last thing was Hollywood they were offered a 6-day, and they're basically going to be making some money. And they said, well, what is all this? You know how we're going to do all this? The Landrys actually were coming in, and this is where this money was coming from. And Hollywood was sharing with his friend and telling them, I can't do it. I can't work for the Landrys. But he wouldn't say to him why. But he just said, I can't work for the Landrys. I'm not going to accept the job. I was like, oh boy. So that's kind of where we ended out at. It was really, really interesting. That Ralph, I'm telling you, Ralph Angel, and then he got it together, you know, him and Remy. But him and Arthur both had me in my feelings and had me evil with the two of them, honey. Yes, they did. This episode. All right, you guys. Next Wednesday. Later.